Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 2 of the debut season of the NASCAR M&M's Cup Series, powered by the WRA. Ready to go racing here for 41 laps here in the running of I think it's called the Laguna or whatever it's called, 300 at Las Vegas or whatever it's called. I think you guys know which race I'm talking about. But anyway, we're getting ready for 41 laps here today. Oh, it's the Laguna Xfinity race, is what. Either way, we're here for 41 laps of racing here today. On the pole position is Josh Harmon in the 07. Josh Harmon finished 16th at Daytona last week. We'll see how he will do this week. He is alongside of Cody Smart in the 16 machine. Cody Smart finished, if I can find him in the standings. Hold on, let me find Cody. He is seventh. Got a top 10, seventh last week. Dylan Ibrahimian finished 40th last week at Daytona, and thank you to Jeremy. Make sure I pronounce this correctly. If I don't, you will probably need to remind me. I saw it a second ago. It is Jeremy. Of course, he won last week at Daytona. Jeremy Isley is what he told me. So, like I said, I'm still learning new names, so please bear with me. He comes to this race as the points leader. And the 26 of Shane Scott rounds out top 5. He is last in the standings. Here's the rest of the starting lineup for the Lunia. I think it's called the Lunia. You'll find out what the title is called, but it's still going to be Las Vegas. Let's get these cars moving before I derp again or say the name wrong. Okay, that was weird there. Oh, that's because my mouse was glitching for some reason because of my phone. Anyway, so here's the points entering this race, and it's the same results from Daytona. Jacob Easley is the points leader by 5 points over C Bracken, Aaron Crowder. Connor Breton, 4th. Lucien Bianchi, 5th. Ray Atikian, Cody Smart, Zachy Panini, Rogel Dorn, and Skylar Taylor, your top 10. Going to be 41 laps of racing here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I have the AI set on 106, so we should see our first caution of the season. As we're going to come to green here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Green flags in the air. We're racing here at Las Vegas. Dylan Ibrahimian moves in the second. Josh Harmon, part of Skylar Taylor's group, will lead us into turn number 3. And he will lead the first lap of this race. Don't know if I've created a playlist or not. I need to actually make a new playlist. Hold on. There we go. Check the back of the fields, make sure everybody's doing well. That's Evelyn Marsh. If, like I said, if I still mispronounce you guys' names, let me know in the comments. That way I know what name I'm saying right. Evelyn Marsh, 20 in the 27, finished 19th at Daytona. Matt Gomes in the 25. Gomes had a 17th place finish at Daytona. Tori Gosson, the 29. 34th last week at Daytona, needs a good run here today. Jacob Foster in the 2. Finished 12th last week at Daytona, so he had a good run last week, but back here at the rear of the field, not where he needs to be. And Shane Scott's going to try to take the lead from Josh Harmon in the 07. Shane Scott blew his engine last week at Daytona and finished in last place. Not the result he wanted to start off his season, but this is the first race of 33. Should mention, not doing a playoff system for anyone that's asking, so because this is an Xfinity series. We're just basically going to do a non-chase for the championship kind of ordeal. So it's like driver with the most points wins the championship. Simple as that. So that's basically how I'm going to do this series. Josh Harmon. Josh Harmon's got some problems. He is dropping back like a rock. Does he have a problem? Like a flat tire or something? Because he came off that corner really slow and he's coming to pit road. Yeah, Josh Harmon's got problems. This is an unscheduled pit stop for Josh. Boy, he did not need this. Had an okay run at Daytona, now this. Oh dear. That's a tough break for Josh Harmon. And I don't know where this is going to hurt, what this is going to do in the standings. Excuse me. Looks like the problem is not terminal for Josh Harmon. He will rejoin the race, although he may be close to 2 laps down. There's Matt Gomes not having the run he's hoping for, and there's Shane Scott. Right behind him is Daniel Gitirokh. We will see him full-time in the Oreo Cup Series next season. One other thing I did not mention last week at Daytona, I should mention this week, is that whoever wins the championship for this series, of course, yes, this is an Xfinity series, will get a reserve ride that will get a reserve ride in the Oreo Cup Series. That is not, I repeat, that is not a full-time driver in that series. I'd like to point that out. So just a FYI as far as that is concerned. What I need is to copy the entry list so that way I'm not forgetting who is who, if you know what I mean. I'll just save it in my notepad so I know who is driving what. That way, when I have to look it up. But back to Danny Gitirokh. So I will put Put that there. The 54. Let's see where he finished last week at Daytona. Gitirokh. He finished 11th at Daytona, so he had a good run last week at Daytona. That is Ellie Rose in the 21. Finished 32nd at Daytona. Not the start to her season. Excuse me. I'm drinking pop and having like pizza from Little Caesars as I'm recording this, so sorry if my mouth is salivating. There's Lauren Eckstrom, Mohammed Zain. Eckstrom 20th at Daytona, Mohammed Zain in the 19. Finished 27th at Daytona, so not the results that Zain was hoping for. Of course, Lauren Eckstrom, last time she raced here, as Shane Scott will go for the race lead. Last time Lauren Eckstrom raced here at Las Vegas was the Monster Energy Series. That was the last time she took part in that event. Of course, remember, she got engaged in the off season. As Gitirokh is trying to get around Shane Scott. And that's going to allow Ellie Rose to catch up. Same with Lauren Eckstrom. Ellie Rose making her rookie debut on the channel. Lauren Eckstrom, part of Cody Smart's team. The most recent owner champion in the Monster Energy Series. Mohammed Zain we'll see full-time in the Oreo Cup Series next season, as we're looking at Bushy Clements, who finished 23rd at Daytona, the pole sitter for that race. And there's Jeremy, you make sure I say it correctly. If I don't, Jeremy Isley. Jeremy Isley comes in this race the points leader. Let's see where the guy that came in this race second in points, baby CJ. He's running in 21st. Came in this race second in points, baby CJ. CJ Bracken is also a full-time driver in the Oreo Cup Series. There's Zachary Fitzwater in the 39. That was the 00 who ran up the racetrack, trying to not run into CJ Bracken. Zachary Fitzwater made the announcement in the Uno server. Yes, I'm taking part in an Uno deal for anyone that doesn't know. Zachary Fitzwater will be retiring from full-time Uno competition at the end of next year, which we're sad to see Fitzy go, but he's done great success nevertheless. Zachary Fitzwater, 18th last week at Daytona. Harold Francesco finished in 26th at Daytona. And that was GP Latiro who ran up the racetrack, trying to not hit baby CJ. Skylar Taylor's 3 wide with the 92 of Tyson Aquino. And there's Quentin Moore. Found out Quentin Moore is having another procedure, which I do wish Quentin Moore a speedy recovery. In fact, all of us are wishing Q-Man a speedy recovery. Of course, he's gonna have surgery tomorrow. I wish Quentin Moore a speedy recovery. There's Christopher Bright in the 8. Christopher Bright just finished up his season in the Red Bull GT Series. 21st last week at Daytona for Christopher Bright. There's Summit Oskin. Summit Oskin 36 at Daytona, not the run he was hoping for. As we go back to Shane Scott in the 26, as they're about to put Josh Harmon another lap down. That would be 2 laps down he would go. So a couple of drivers who had great runs at Daytona. Let's see where the 42 of Connor Breton running in 19th. He was in 4th. Where's Aaron Crowder, 32nd? He had a great run at Daytona, and now he's going to be outside the top 10 just like that. Jacob Foster, 12th in the standings, had a good run at Daytona, 40th right now. Currently the last car on the lead lap. Josh Harmon's the only car 1 lap down. As Josh Harmon's now going to go 2 laps down. As Shane Scott's going to take the race lead. Daniel Gitirokh going to be full-time in the Oreo Cup Series next season. Nabbed a chartered ride. Mohammed Zain will drive for Front Row Motorsports in the Oreo Cup Series. Dylan Ebahimian moves over to Joe Gibbs Racing. Daniel Gitirokh will replace Bradley Ream at Legacy Motor Club. And Summit Oskin will replace Skylar Taylor at 2311 Racing in the Oreo Cup Series beginning next season. As Mohammed Zain's on pit road. Excuse me. It's like a mechanical problem. Almost like what happened to Josh Harmon there. Tough break for Mohammed Zain. Mohammed Zain didn't have the greatest of runs at Daytona, so this is going to be another poor finish for him. And he'll have to recover heading into next week. We're going to have 10 laps of racing to go here at Las Vegas. Next week, I was actually going to look up and see where we're going next week. And someone just gave me a check mark. Who is that? Oh, that's who. Next week, we head to the track that NASCAR was just at as I'm recording this, Phoenix International Raceway. Then we wrap up the West Coast Tour at Auto Club Speedway before we head to Rockingham, North Carolina. Of course, remember, these races will be on Thursday, and sometimes will be on Monday, depending on if there is a Red Bull GT Series race happening or not. Hope you'll tune in for that. Should be a fun race if you ask me. So I look at the calendar here. Of course, that is going to be on of course, today being the 27th. Of course, today being the 27th, or hold on. Yeah, today being the 27th. As we bring you your motorsports calendar, after this race, I'm off to Darlington to call the Craftsman Truck Series Busch and Winston Cup races from Darlington Raceway. Hope you'll tune in for that race weekend. Now be coming up tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some of these, I know Lauren Eckstrom will be heading over to Darlington when this is over. Be the Toyota 200 for the, or actually, this will be on today's actually the 24th, so my mistake. Because there is no Red Bull GT Series race. The following week's race will be on a Thursday going forward, I should say. My mistake. Of course, we will have Oreo Cup Series from New Zealand. Or actually, no, we're going to have the Oreo Cup Series race at Albuquerque as we got a couple of laps to go. As Shane Scott going to retake the lead. Josh Harmon is not for position. He is a lap down. So we have New Mexico, which is ABQ Speed Bowl. And then all of these drivers will get ready for the Red Bull GT Series season opener. That'll be next week. Of course, we have Darlington to worry about for Trucks, Busch, and Winston Cup. So I'm going to move this. Hold on. I'm going to change the time. Yep. So I have Trucks, Busch, and Winston Cup from Darlington. We'll have the season opener for the Red Bull GT Series Season 4. Riverside for the Oreo Cup Series. Then next week we'll be at Phoenix, as the M&M's Cup Series will be with the Craftsman Truck Series at Phoenix, and then Busch and Winston Cup from Bristol. That should be a lot of fun. Coming to the white flag for Shane Scott. One more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Down the back straightaway. This is going to be the first win of the season for Sam Hunt Racing. As they round through 3 and 4 for the final time, he's going to go from worst last week to first this week. Shane Scott is going to win here today at Las Vegas in the Laguna Xfinity race, is what it's going to be called. What a win for that 26 team. Daniel Gitirokh will get second. That's still a great result for him as the standings are now official. Ellie Rose will get third. Great run for Ellie Rose. As Ellie really needed a solid finish after what was not a good finish. 32nd at Daytona, a lot better finish. Dylan Cunningham will get fourth. Good run for Dylan Cunningham. Dylan finished 25th at Daytona, so he'll move up through the standings. Bushy Clements will get 5th. He was 23rd at Daytona. Will be inside the top 20 leaving today. R Atikian will get 6th. How about the 35? Lupe Contreras will get 7th. Good run for him. Sylvia Cunningham, nice solid run from her. She will get 8th. Sylvia was, if I find her in the standings, 13th at Daytona, so this will put her inside the top 10 in the standings, beating Lauren Eckstrom in 9th. That's kind of a surprise, but good run for Lauren Eckstrom. She was 20th at Daytona. Will move up through the top 10 in the standings. And a good run for Ayrton De Silva in the 91 machine. He comes away in the 10th position. And De Silva finished 24th at Daytona, so he'll be inside the top 20 in the points, leaving today's race. Casey Hoyt, Maxie Chilton, Lucian Bianchi. Hey, look, 2 of Frank's drivers right there. Dylan Ibrahimian, a well-needed run for him. And R Dorn will complete the top 15 there. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, Jeremy Easley finished 21st, came this race as the points leader. Didn't have a good result. The good news is the guy that was trying to run him down for the points lead, C Bracken, 26, came this race second in points. Aaron Crowder, 33rd, third in points. And Connor Breton finished in the 20th position. He was 4th in points coming in this race. So a lot of drivers who had good runs at Daytona did not have the results they were hoping for. A lot of drivers who didn't have good runs at Daytona had good results today. So the points are really going to get shaken up a bit heading into next week at Phoenix Raceway. Cody Smart, dismal run. He was another driver who had a good run at Daytona, 38th. He was the last car to finish on the lead lap. One lap down was Tori Gossett, who apparently looked like had a mechanical problem or something. Josh Harmon had to make an unscheduled pit stop in the early stages of the race. He never recovered, came home in 40th. And Mohammed Zain, whatever the issue was, they fixed it, but he's going to finish in the 41st position. But the good news is everybody finished the race. 38 of them were on the lead lap, but looking at the points, it's going to get a jumbled up shaking heading into next week's race at Phoenix International Raceway. I want to remind everybody this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmission or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV, want to thank you fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Las Vegas, and another caution-free race. When will we get our first yellow? We're going to have to wait and see. Maybe next week at Phoenix. That will be the goal, if you ask me. If you guys enjoyed this race here at Las Vegas, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We showed your full finisher results. Your point standings are down in the description heading into next week's race at Phoenix International Raceway. Of course, today being Monday, because next week we'll have the Red Bull GT Series. They will now be on Mondays. This series will be probably going to be bouncing between either Tuesdays and Thursdays, pending what day I upload these races, because I'm going to do it one race at a time, just taking my time getting these races. But we will have next week the Red Bull GT Series season opener from Coca-Cola. They'll have the Red Bull Rookie Showcase on the 31st. That will be at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. April 1st, we will have the Red Bull GT Series Go or Home qualifying at Coca-Cola. Find out which of the 6 drivers that will not race in that event. Then it will be their first race of the season on a Tuesday. We have the Oreo Cup Series race from Riverside. Hope you'll join us for that. This series will be racing at Phoenix International Raceway, their 3rd race of the season. They will be joining the Craftsman Truck Series drivers for their 4th race of the year. And then Busch and Winston Cup coming your way from Bristol Motor Speedway. That should be fun. Hope you'll tune in for those races coming up. Until then, I'm A De Silva signing off as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013. So long from Las Vegas.